I don't care what they say. I'm in love with you. They try to pull me away. They don't know the truth. My heart's crippled by the vein that I keep on closing. You got me open and I. Welcome back to another episode of the Polytickin Podcast, you friggin' nerds. Episode 126. You know what it is. I'm bleeding love. I'm Leona Lewis. Sefa M, and Lance Falitongo. Okay? What are we doing? I just got out.
And that was kind of
up.
That was kind of tight. How her name was Leona, and she kind of looked like a lion a little bit. That was pretty cool.
Is the lion here?
Just a little bit. Leone,
Leonga.
Leone, you know, Leone.
Don't get my Leonga. bleeding love. Yeah.
Shout out, hey man. So is this, I don't even know. Is this the Patreon or the public?
This public.
Welcome to the
Lilo,
Polytickin.
You want to talk?
Oh, that's
Lilo
right.
Stitch.
That's right. Okay, this is my fault for
public.
this. Okay, let's go. All right, welcome to the Polytickin Podcast. Y'all know what it is. Episode 126.
Yeah.
And 126.
Yeah.
Episode 126. Yeah. This is we got thrown off a little bit. This is Saturday morning. We haven't recorded on Saturday in quite some time, but we here. And as you can see, we got some people looking real spiffy in the building. You know what I'm saying? If you're not watching this, you should turn this off and turn on YouTube right now. If it's out right now, or so hop on the Patreon. Patreon.com/the Polytickin Podcast. If you don't have Patreon, and if you're watching on YouTube, then you'll have to wait a couple days. But if you have Patreon, $5 a month, you can get the video right now. So go ahead, subscribe, get the video early, get an extra episode every single week for only $5 a month or more if you want to pay more. Yeah, come on down, check us out. If you want some more from these two knuckleheads, go on down to the Pacifica Movie Starter Kit. I was dying laughing at y'all episode, bro.
Yeah.
I loved it. Go on down to the Pacific Movie Starter Kit. The last episode that they broke, the last movie that they broke down on the most recent episode was Lilo and Stitch, the animated movie. If you haven't seen it, or if you're like me and needed a refresher, go on down there. They break it down. It's pretty dope. Marcus is wide-eyed the whole time because it's his first time watching the movie, and then that's like a super fresh review. And so, yeah, it was good. It was dope. I liked it. Also, if you want some more Lance and some sports takes, going out to the Polynesian Podcast, also featuring Forrest, you know, two poly dudes just giving their opinions on the sports world.
Yeah. You know what? Lance, before we go on, I really want to see you two document your journey. I want to see you two go to Super Bowl 60 next year. I want to see it.
Hey,
I want to see it. Quit playing with us, Lance.
It's a West Coast Super Bowl. It's going to be in the Bay Area. So traveling,
California,
be able to get down there.
How often do you think y'all are going to hear that song during the lead up to the song? California brother.
Oh my gosh,
brother.
Yeah, that'll probably be the soundtrack. But yeah, getting the Polynesian Podcast down to the Super Bowl. If we can't get in, we'll be around, try to get some content, just try to be in the area and see what's up. That's going to be great for us football fans. Yeah, let's do it. Let's document that for sure. Yeah.
The cream of the crop.
You should attach something that's like that's related to AAPI month. Like just throw it in there.
Dude.
Just throw it in there.
It's in February.
Like when asking people questions or stuff when we go?
No, like if you ever apply for like a press badge or you apply for whatever.
Oh, gotcha.
Like, you know, we started this podcast in AAPI month, you know, to reflect, because, you know, we didn't see a lot of representation when it came to the sports commentating field. And we really wanted to go out there and set a precedent for our people, for our community, but also for ourselves, that we can do this too, that we belong here. And so
we belong to be here. You know what
we belong to be here.
We belong to be here. Okay.
You know,
I feel like that cover letter might have worked a little better a couple of years ago. Now it feels like the representation now the decision makers are like, we gave him 2022.
Hey, don't do that. Don't shoot yourself in the foot before you start.
Oh, true. We're not doing that.
Don't do that. So so that's the Polynesian, the Polytickin Network. You know what I'm saying? The Polynesian Polytickin Network. Check us out, man. And without further ado, let's get to it. My brothers, how you been?
Not good, bro. What's today? Saturday? Wednesday? Was it Wednesday? Wednesday. I'm at work. I pull up. I get out. About to clock in. Close my door. I'm walking in. I forget my bottle of water. What do you know it? I check my doors and they're fucking locked. What else is in the car? My goddamn keys. My keys were stuck in the fucking car for a solid 3 hours at my job. And I hated myself, bro. I was hating myself. I was hating life for 3 hours at my job. Not only am I stuck at that weak ass casino with these freaking, you know what I'm saying? Now I got my keys locked in the car, but I have car insurance. So I didn't know roadside assistance included locksmithing services. So, brother, I only spent $20 to tip the guy.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
a win, but also, fuck no. This is my third time I've done this here in California since I moved here. The other times I paid out of pocket. And I was fearing again that I'd have to pay out of pocket.
That's a lot of money, that's why.
What? Yeah, how much is that when you've had to pay for it before?
I think it was a little over 100, like maybe 120, 130.
Damn, yeah. That hurts.
And I'm just like shitting bricks. And then
Just staring at your keys.
Yeah, bro. I'm just like, and they're in the passenger side of that. Yeah, exactly. My aunties are gonna be mad at me. Oh fuck!
Wait, where were the keys? In the car? Where were they?
Seat.
Just on the passenger seat?
Yeah, just just smiling at me, laughing.
Just kied them on the passenger seat and walked away.
Brother, because the thing is, I usually leave my keys in there, but my car doesn't lock automatically, so I leave it unlocked. But when I stepped out that door, it was automatic, like, okay, lock it, because I'm thinking, it's 6 a.m, I'm at my job, fuck my job, and I'm thinking I'm half asleep and I'm at home. I do that as soon as I get home. Beep. I don't know.
So when you said 3 hours, did you like when you went back to get your water bottle and you seen the keys was there? Did you stay there until you opened it, or did you do your shift, come back, and waited there for 3 hours?
I went in, told my boss that I lost my keys, and we set up a strategy from the get. Like, okay, so you clock in, we do your thing, you know what I'm saying? You do your 2-3 hours, get your break, and then when you come back, I'm gonna let you go to lunch early so you can go and handle that. I'm like, oh, okay. Get off, go to lunch, call my insurance. They give me an ETA, about 45 to an hour. Oh, I have only 30-minute lunches. I'm sorry. So I have to call my boss while I'm outside in the parking lot. Like, hey, ETA 45 to an hour. What are my options? She tells me, you can come in, clock back in, do an hour, and then go check on it, or you could just stay out there. And I was like, I think I should just stay out there. I got a free hour.
Nice.
But in that hour came with worry, stress, and impatience, because I wanted that guy to be there. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as he got there, everything was solved. You know what I'm saying? He had the little pump. You ever seen somebody try to get keys out of the car? Yeah, they put the pump in there. Yeah, the pump. Yeah, so.
How many seconds did it take for him to open it?
Like at least a solid 15 to 20.
I was like 20 minutes. 20 minutes he's not an amateur.
Wait, 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Yeah. 20 seconds?
Yeah.
While you're waiting for 3 hours, he just goes,
brother. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm so glad I'm dealing with a professional. Hey, you know what I'm saying? That was the fastest service I ever got as far as getting it done, because the other guys were like semi-amateur trying to go to the league. You know what I'm saying? It was just like
20 seconds is crazy. Hey, you know what? You know what'll hurt even more?
What?
If you paid someone $120 to do 20 seconds of work, that would have hurt even more. That would have hurt even more. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What a great hourly rate.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, dude, I just made $120 in 5 seconds, dude. You need to start becoming a locksmith, brother.
I think Elon Musk probably makes that or something.
Yeah. Do the math.
Look at this guy.
Look at Lance.
$21,000 an hour.
How much?
$21,000 an hour.
Dude, like,
Over here like Elon Musk in the Oval Office, like, decimal point.
21,462 17 cents.
I think it's 21.
After
Goddamn
tax.
47.
Goddamn 47.
Goddamn 47.
Okay.
But,
Well, congratulations.
yeah.
I'm glad you got your keys back. That's the worst.
Thanks, man.
That's one of those. I hate doing that because you literally are just like, I can't blame nobody else.
Bro,
it ain't
what?
nobody's fault. And you
I
just
was
sit there in your
Bro.
stupidity for however long it takes to get your keys back.
You know what I'm saying? And I know everybody over there is like, man, we over here fucking, the security was working double time. It was the most I seen them move. You know what I'm saying? Nothing happens at my fucking job. You know what I'm saying? Besides their regular routine. So I know they was like, oh my God, we got to help somebody, dog. We got to help somebody. So everybody was moving around, but I know everybody was like, dude, this fucking idiot locked his keys in the car, telling the staff sergeant, sir, staff sergeant, sir. This guy locked his keys in the car.
It happens.
You know what I mean?
Lance, have you locked your keys in your car before?
Oh,
of course he did. Of course he hasn't. Lance is perfect.
No. So the car that we have now is like
just lie, Lance. God damn it!
Lies. Be with us. One of us.
I'm sure I have
One
before.
of us.
But the car that we have now, it doesn't let you lock your keys in it. Like if you get out, lock the doors, and you close the door, it doesn't lock.
Lance.
It's like a
money.
beep. It's like beep, 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 beep. Come and get your keys, dumbass. I'm like, oh yeah. That happens to me a lot, actually. That feature, like,
you see what
4 times a month.
Though?
4 times a month is like,
you see what Lance is trying to do? He's like, I'd be one of y'all if I wasn't a broke boy. He's like, I'd be one of y'all 4 times a week, 4 times a month if I wasn't a broke boy. All right, Lance, we get it. We get it, bro.
I was getting told that the entire day. I was like, dude, no, the car I drive, it just has the alarm to let you know. My boss did the same thing. Yeah, my new car, like, I don't even lock my keys in the car. Like, she didn't know how to help because she'd never been through it before. And I was like, oh, you're a great help. Thank you.
I've definitely locked keys in the car. You know, the worst one is when the key is locked in the trunk. And the car's locked.
Oh God, yeah. Someone was telling me about that too.
I went to go get the groceries and I put the keys in there. You ever put the key in the bag, but you grabbed the wrong bag?
Yeah.
you're like, yeah. The key. I remember last time I did that. I want to say it was I want to say when we lived in the apartments. I don't know if it was at my house or my Uncle Chico and his house, but I remember when I did that, I told myself, I said, this is exactly why we only do one trip for grocery bags. I was like, this is exactly why. I put the key in the bag and I grabbed the wrong set of bags and I got in and I was looking for the key again and it was gone. So, you know, I'm right there with you, bro.
Yeah, man.
I hate that feeling.
Other than that, I haven't been really up to much. And I also saw Lilo and Stitch this week too. So
yeah, don't worry, we get into that. We get into that. We're gonna be yelling at each other. Let's go.
Yeah. I know. Sefa didn't respond at all when I was like, "This shit sucks."
Wait.
And this dude Sefa was just like,
"No, I was at work. I was at work.
He had a whole thing
at work.
I'm busy.
Hello.
Yeah, I was busy. You're lucky I was busy.
I was at work. I was seeing the text, but I was feeding the kids dinner and stuff. I had to, I was at work.
With a fucking shaking hand.
I'm gonna get here, damn it. Eat your food.
Yeah.
None of the gravy is making it to the plate.
Here goes the airplane.
So yesterday, right? We took a break from yesterday because our schedules lined up for Saturday. Plus, we all want to talk about Lilo and Stitch. So I was super happy. One, because we get to all be together and talk about Lilo and Stitch, but also yesterday was the brand new drop of the new Pokemon set. It's in Japanese, it's called Team Rocket Returns. So it's kind of like the Team Rocket set, but it's like a newer set. And so yesterday was release day. I woke up. I couldn't even sleep, bro. I was up. I woke up at 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I went across the street to the mall at 8:45. I lined up. I was so mad, bro, because the dude in front of me got the last big box. I was like, damn, there ain't no more big boxes. They're like, no, sorry. And so I bought a bunch of sleeves, a bunch of packs, and then I took the bus. I hopped on the bus. I went to the mall. I waited in line. And at first, it was funny because throughout the day, right, like in the morning when I stood in this line, I was looking at the line and I was like, I'm finna wait till it died down. And I start seeing the boxes like, just going out real quick, and I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to stand in line. So I stood in line, and the girl goes, "Oh, sir, you don't have to," because it was like nothing but little nerdy kids in front of me. It's a couple adults, but mostly, She's like, "Oh, sir, you don't need to stand there if you're just checking out. This is just for people who wanted to buy Pokemon." And I'm sitting there like, yeah, I know. And she was like, oh, okay. Yeah, sure. I was like, thank you. So like the first store, I was a little, I wasn't saying nothing. I was just there. And I was trying to do the whole, for my nieces and nephews, like I was just quiet. I took as soon as I got the product though, like I didn't know if I was going to get any because it's so crazy right now. As soon as I got it, I was hyped, hopped on the bus. I went down to the mall. And when I got there, there was another line. Store didn't open till 10. It was like 9:40. So I hopped in that line too. And there was two people in front of me. They were super talkative. Like they were talking to each other, talking to everyone in the line. And like people were walking through the mall. They were going to Walmart, going to other stores, and they looked and they were like, what is this for? What are you guys lining up for? And the two people in front of me, right in front of me, they turned both their attention to the lady. It was like, this is for Pokemon. It's a brand new set. We're all waiting in line for the brand new Pokemon. And I'm sitting there like, if y'all don't just chill out, like she was like telling the whole mall about why we're in line. And I'm like, you know what? And I'm just standing there, but and mind you, bro. I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like I'm the only non-Pokemon looking person there. Like everyone else is obviously a little quirky. And I'm just standing there and she's explaining it. And the lady keeps looking to everyone else and she keeps looking me in the face. She's like, oh yeah, Pokemon. And I'm just sitting there like, yeah. And then
you sound like you just don't want to associate with your tribe, bro.
I know. I would just.
What are you doing? You gotta embrace that shit, dog. I've seen a whole bunch of non-Comic-Con looking motherfuckers at Comic-Con. I was like, oh.
I know.
Also, you think you don't look like a Pokemon fan?
If you seen who I was standing next to, Lance.
Oh, the contrast.
Dude.
Lance, if you see, I'm about 15 years older than everybody in life. Now, there was some old people there, but it was, you could just, it's different. It's different. That's all I'm saying. It's different.
Do you have any Pokemon attire?
Nah.
I
broke this down with my coworker.
Ooh, right? Team Rocket shirt?
My coworker was like, do you actually like the cards or is it just the money-making aspect of it? And I was like, you know what? I used to really like the cards, but now that I don't open packs, it's more of an investment opportunity more than anything. So it's kind of, it's kind of there, but it's kind of not. But I will say, as the day progressed, I got more in, I shed the layers of the onion. And like the people, I stood in line with them people for about an hour. And then we all shifted to GameStop because GameStop is down the hall and they also have a lineup.
All right.
So I was basically in line with these people for about 3 hours. And so, so like,
God damn.
No, but I'm just saying we were like talking and we were like chopping it up. And then the second lineup, because the first lineup, the first lineup was like kind of like kids, like it was younger kids, like 18, 19, 20, whatever. But the second lineup, it was my peoples. Like the dude was 30, the other dude was 50. So like we was chopping it up, and then I made some friends in that one, and it was like I was like, hey man, what's your favorite Pokemon? Oh, what's your favorite Pokemon? Oh, what's your favorite set? And so I'm chopping it up, right? I don't know if I talked about this on a podcast, but I a couple weeks ago, me and my girl, we went to this shop, and it's just like a regular shop, like it's a regular little market, right? Mm-hmm. But the dude in there had a crazy collection. He had a $1 million card in his possession, and so I was just like, I seen it, and my girl was like, we hopped in the car. She's like, oh, that was a nice, man. He had some nice cards. Huh? I was like, babe.
Did he?
I said, babe, that's like over a $1.5 million dollars worth of stuff in there. She was like, in that store? I was like, babe, yes. That's a first edition base set Shadowless Charizard. I was like,
let's go.
I was like, that's a $1 million card right there. I was like, that's $1 million card. She was like, no. So then that guy was two people in front of me in the line. I was looking at him. I was like,
okay.
I was like, hey, do I know you? And he looked at me, and he's doing a Rubik's Cube, and he's like dancing. He's like an older Asian man. He's like doing a Rubik's Cube.
These is your people, bro. These is your people right here.
He's like dancing around, and he's like, I don't know. A lot of people know me. And then I'm like, I'm like, do you own a shop? I was like, do you own a card shop? And he goes, I own a shop and I have cards, but I wouldn't call it a card shop. And I was like, is it?
I fucking hate this dude.
No,
I hate him already.
No, he literally, it's like a market. He doesn't sell cards. He just has his cards on display. That's why.
Okay.
It's not really a card shop. So
wait.
Actually, I don't. Well, actually, I don't have a shop. I have a vendor with cards. I'm a vendor with cards.
He doesn't sell cards. He just has them on display, and it's crazy.
Oh, and he sells other stuff.
Yeah, it's literally a market. There's chips over there.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
like an Asian
what
store.
the heck?
So when he said that, I was like, "Is it in Sydney?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Bruh," I was like, "I met you a couple weeks ago. You showed me the Charizard." He was like, "Yeah, I always like to carry around cards to, just to show people who would actually understand." And this fool pulls out like a first edition Dark Machamp or something like that, like a PSA 10. And he was like, "Yeah, this is a $40,000 card." And I was like, and then the dude that was directly in front of me and him have been chopping it up. He looks at me, he goes, "Is he for real?" I was like, "Brother, you're behind the legend right now." I was like, you should have seen his shop. And then the guy pulls out his phone, and I was like, he had a first edition Charizard. And then the guy goes, "That was 1 of 7." I was like, bro.
Oh, wow.
He shows us a picture of whatever. And the guy goes, "Is that in your shop?" And he was like, "No, this is in the safety deposit box." And I was like, yeah, nah, this guy. So that guy was in front of me, and I met the homie Aaron. Me and him connected. And yeah, so like it was fun hunting. It was fun hunting. So I got about almost $450 worth of cards yesterday.
What's the plan?
I threw it in the plastic wrap, and I'm putting it right here, and it's not going nowhere.
So like 5 years, 10 years? What do you think?
This is some of them. I got a couple packs of these. Boy,
we might need to blur that out. Just in case somebody wants to run up on you.
Hey, I'm telling y'all, if you're listening to this, bro, if y'all go out and you see some Pokemon, buy it, hold it. That's it. Just in 5 years, 10 years, come back to it. These packs that cost about $5 is finna cost $100 each, and it's gonna be incredible. So yeah, I had a little fun. My girl's a little worried. She's like, "Okay, you did the toy show, and now you're doing this. This is not gonna be a weekly."
It's a TLC show waiting to have it, bro.
I'm like,
about to be on there.
I'm in my head,
addicted to Pokemon cards.
MTV's True Life. I'm addicted to Pokemon.
Your girl's clocking it early. She's like, "We just did this." That's the same thing with Sammy. He's like, "You just went to golf 2 days ago," and I'm like, "It's a lifestyle now."
Oh, is that why you
want
wearing
to
the
join
shirt?
me?
Is that why you wearing the shirt and the glasses? Because you golf now? Oh, okay.
No.
I see you, dog.
No.
Yeah.
I appreciate
It's
you
a
guys.
lifestyle now.
Yeah.
That's a lifestyle. I appreciate you guys letting me come on the show looking like a brownie Chris Moneymaker at the Hawaiian World Series of Poker.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, you look like you drive the golf cart at PCC, but that's my dog.
PCC.
Hey, brother, you like me take it to the Tonga, brother?
Yeah. We for me, we went to, I took the family to watch the movie that we're about to talk about, Lilo and Stitch, last week. We also talked about it big, like you guys said, Pacifica Movie Starter Kit, newest episode that dropped, YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify. Wow, man, it's expensive to go to the movie theaters.
Hey, do you
with
have
a family?
Do you have a Costco?
A Costco?
Yeah.
I don't have a Costco membership.
Oh, okay. They have tickets. I don't know if I'm pretty sure they should do it in the States too, but it's about here. It's $30. You get 2 tickets. You get 2 drinks and 1 popcorn. $30.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
We
all of that. Yeah, that's pretty good.
we took the kids. Like I literally watched this movie for my job, and we took the kids. And every time we take the kids, we have to get it approved, and then somebody goes to Costco and buys those tickets, and it's like it's a way better deal. You should see if they have
I
that.
need to look that up because it's like 18, almost $20 if it's RPX or something like that. I think it was like 45 for the tickets and 40 for the snacks. And I'm like,
brother,
oh
you
man,
didn't wear
yeah.
sweats.
I should have done that. I should have been a lot better.
Shout out to no cheeseburgers in there.
Yeah, shout out to my dad. He's the sneaking cheeseburger.
You hear the like snack sounds that are not movie theater snacks. You hear like the crinkling of fast food wrappers or the opening of Tupperware or something like that.
You over there like,
it's like, is that curry?
Mac sauce?
Yeah,
yeah, it is.
I gotta
Yeah,
do
it
it.
is.
Yeah, we gotta be
they
better
brought some
about that.
tzatziki in there.
You got a whole lamb and rice plate. Yeah, so it was expensive, but we're in there. We take 3-year-old. Nora is like, I made her watch Lilo and Stitch while I was watching it the week leading up for the starter kit, just so she would kind of know what she wants. But she sat down pretty good. I mean, we were bribing her with like Skittles, candy, Sour Punch, Red Vines.
Yeah.
Yep. But like halfway through, she ended up like getting up and trying to like run around. So her mom had to like take her. So I watched the last half of the movie by myself in peace.
Hey,
Lance.
Yeah.
Hey, Lance.
Yeah, Lance. Peace,
I be hearing y'all. I be hearing about y'all tag team in the movie, one stay, one go, and now all of a sudden, what, Lance? You gotta leave. You know that, right?
I gotta leave.
You gotta be the one to go.
Oh, usually I am. But if it's like a Brown movie, then I get to stay. I forgot what other movie it was, but Sammy really wanted to watch it, so I took Nora. I think like a year ago, she was little. I just strolled her walking around the freaking hallways of the theater trying to get her to go to sleep.
Okay, hey, it was your turn. It was your turn. You were up next, and you picked the right movie to be up next for. Okay. That's right, brother.
Is this an agreed upon stance like prior to, like, do y'all talk about it, or is it one of those?
I thought y'all
like,
fell into that. Like it was just a natural pattern.
Yeah, like
whoever wants to watch the movie more, the other person is like, hey, if things go left in here, I'll take her. I'll go walk around with her. I'll take her to McDonald's outside or something.
What if it's something that y'all both want to watch?
Then we each watch it after bedtime on different nights or at different screenings. Yeah.
Right. No, it could all be so
You're
simple.
not bringing baby.
Yeah, if we're not bringing baby. Bro, I watched.
Let me find out y'all in the movie that y'all both want to watch over there playing Ish in the dark.
What is that?
It's hard for me to say this.
We need to have a Ish tournament also. That's great.
Can we?
Lance and Sammy in the dark in the theater playing Ish. I went this way.
You go.
I went that way.
Sure, sir. Sefa, I stay. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, we got to watch Lilo and Stitch. I had some thoughts. We talked about it a little bit on the last Starter Kit episode, but I wanted to bring it to you guys and see exactly what you guys thought, what good parts, bad parts, what noticeable changes you loved or hated. There were some differences in this new Lilo and Stitch that like people are having problems with.
You got a Maniac Marcus. Go ahead.
I hated it, bro.
You hated it?
I hated it. I didn't even like it. It sucks so hard.
What happened?
This movie sucks. Like the changes were just. I feel like the changes. I don't know. I gotta organize my thoughts better.
Do you think you hate it so much because you watched the original for the first time so soon?
I thought that
recently.
No, I it sounds like recency bias too, huh? I just think I try to just do away with that. Like, okay, The live action cartoon, they are the same thing, but they're not. So I have to separate them. I'm trying to separate them, you know? Like Lilo Stitch, the animated is so good, and this live action is so bad, but on its own terms. Like not even just comparatively to the animated. Like it's bad on its own. You know what I'm saying? Like the classic hilarious scenes in the animated that they recreated in the live action didn't hit, at least in my theater. Like it just looked like it was like just I don't know. Like nothing was played up for laughs. There was no like set, you know what I'm saying? Like the best parts I feel like were recreated straight from the animated. Like the Grand Counselor woman. I thought she was one of the best parts of the movie because she followed that formula like to the T. I mean, she didn't really have much going on in the animated, but I mean, copy and paste, and she did fine. And then I seen the thing that Lance talked about with the human disguiser was Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
I think parts like that make sense because you're adapting it to live action. So it's like, I mean, imagine those fucking monsters who looked really good, who I thought looked really good. You know what I'm saying? As CGI and shit, and then they laid it on Earth. Imagine them putting on a wig and shit. Like, just logically, it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But it would be hilarious if they went that route. So it's fuck the human disguises. And also, I think let's not even get into the performances yet. I don't know. It just everything was just bland, bro. Like they were just going from they recreated the scene without any soul in it. Like the scene where they argued at the beginning. Like there was no like I don't know. It just wasn't. Nothing was played up for laughs the way it was in the animated. You know what I'm saying? I guess I am making a comparison, but I can't help it. You know, I can't help it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but,
I couldn't help comparing the old one and the new one, and
yeah,
we knew the story, so we were gonna get the same feelings and stuff like that. But it was like the stuff that they tried to copy verbatim from the original didn't hit as full, right? But then the changes they made from the original also didn't really. Maybe it's going to take some getting used to, but I didn't feel like it hit it. A lot of stuff felt kind of flat.
I agree with you, bro. Hell yeah. But there's a couple aspects that I really did like about the movie. Like Lance, when we was talking about it, right? You know, what kind of creative compromises do you need to make when you adapt something from something else? And in this case, animation to live action. With live action, and The Last of Us does this really well too. In the live action, they expanded on parts that they didn't get to in the classic or the original. And the big thing that I really liked about the movie was the expansion of Nani's backstory. Because I think that's really interesting. You know what I'm saying? They didn't fit that in the animated. You know what I'm saying? They made Lilo and Stitch the big focus, and that's good. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense for a children's movie. But if you're adapting it into a live action where you're going to have adults in there too, maybe thinking it might be a good movie to bring to their kids, like, I love that. You know what I'm saying? I love the exploration of her backstory. That's great. Like, any changes that serve the story, like, in a really good way, I will always be a fan of. But all the other changes didn't serve it. And the biggest one, the omission of a certain character who is painted as the big bad, and to switch the big bad to fucking Jumba was a weird choice. You know what I'm saying? I think Captain Gantu was great on his own. You know what I'm saying? Like they needed to bring him in. A spoiler warning if you haven't seen it, but they don't have that fool in there. So like the omissions in there, just I don't know, man. They made one great change and a whole bunch of stupid ones, in my opinion. That was without even getting into the performances of the thing.
Which you also hate.
Which, to a degree, yeah. But I really love yeah.
See, I think that's the difference between our reviews. Because I haven't seen the movie since it came out, like the original. And so watching this, I like this movie. I didn't like they didn't have Gantu. I didn't like Jumba being Zach Galifianakis. I wanted him to be whatever accent that is, whatever. Like, I think part of the character was that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just I didn't like that either. I didn't like who Nani was casted as. I didn't like.
Yeah, let's not even get into the performances or the socio-political stuff that is going around about this movie. I don't even want to get into that yet.
Yeah, not
that shit
yet,
is real, and it hangs. Yeah, it hangs over your head because it's a real issue. Yeah, but let's not even get into that yet.
As far as the movie itself, though, I did like the movie. I thought I guess we're not talking about the actress, whatever, but the main character,
Not yet.
Maya, was incredible. The like, see, all of the things that y'all are
Yeah.
saying, like from the original to here, or in comparison to it, I don't really remember the original like that. So I don't have that comparison to make. Just as a movie itself, I thought it was really good. I mean, I'm always finna be hella happy to see our culture on the screen. Seeing Hawaii, like seeing Hawaii, and just the beauty of the place, but also like when she was running through, her area outside of the resort, and seeing how it started to look a little more like Hawaii, like countryside Hawaii, where it's like not all sunshine and rainbows. I thought that was
Mhm.
dope for them to implement. Also, the house, like that was ordinarily that's a trap house anywhere else in
Yeah.
America, but
Yeah.
but in Hawaii it's different, and it shows that, and I thought that was super dope. If you notice, Lilo ain't never wearing shoes.
Mm,
And I was just like, that is such a like all these little aspects that remind me of living in Hawaii. Like I
mhm.
loved it a lot, about it. I wish, what Marcus said, I wish she would have fought the little white girl for sure. I wish
Yeah.
that could have been a scene. She just pushed her off the stage, but whatever. Um, yeah, I didn't. Yeah, the fact that they had Zach Galifianakis and none of the funny scenes hit was shocking to me.
Right.
But
What
you
was up
know,
with his teeth? Did y'all notice Zach Galifianakis' teeth in there? Like, why were they up like that? Looked like he
uh,
had like veneers in or something.
maybe he did.
Maybe he did, but that shit was distracting as hell. Just throwing
Yeah,
that out there. Every time
I
this fool
just
was on screen, I was like, are his teeth fucked up? All right.
yeah, nah, I didn't, yeah, nah, that whole, cause like Pleakley and Jumba, I don't remember the movie like that, but I remember the show a
Mhm.
lot. And I
Oh,
just
yep.
remember their chemistry, and I remember how they would just riff off each other. And that was like,
Bro.
that was a big part of the TV show. And I'm pretty sure the movie, of course. And for them to not have that, from them making him a bad guy or whatever,
Yeah.
like it just a lot of that part fell flat for sure. But in general though, I hella like the movie, and I will
It's
say, the kids that I took from my job, they loved it, and
that's ex-
they've never seen
It's
the
good.
original, so
that's exactly it, right? That's exactly who this is for. It hits all the right notes. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
They brought Hawaii to life. It looks great. You know what I'm saying? My gripes were just story wise, stupid
Mhm.
adult critic shit. It was
Yeah.
story wise. It was just and just the feeling though. We shared the same feeling of these jokes not hitting, and you haven't
Yeah.
even seen the movie in however long. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like you just felt that like everything in there just wasn't hitting like that, but. Yeah, man. My thing was just story wise and character wise, but like as a whole, I know that if you bring your kids, your nieces to this movie, they're gonna enjoy themselves. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the kids that were in my screening were enjoying themselves. You know what I mean? So it's a fun
they
family movie.
they already broke the record for the last movie, right?
I don't know.
183 million first week.
Yeah, they broke the record for the
The
last,
opening,
like the animated opening.
nice. Hell yeah.
Let me see. I'm
It's
sorry,
definitely
y'all keep
popular,
keep
making
going.
money.
About
I'm
Yeah.
I'm checking.
It's
from
definitely
what?
gonna make money. I guess it's like
Yeah.
a palatable film. All the resort scenes are at the Disney resort in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Oh, I
like
didn't
a
know that.
little
Okay.
little commercial, little vertical integration
Oh
there.
God.
What are some of the good things that like really stand out to me? Maya Kealoha, the Lilo, her performance.
Mm,
She's
Yeah,
already like,
yeah.
if you see any of the interviews, she's already very outspoken and
she's a
very comfortable
star.
in front of a camera and a mic. Yeah,
She's a
star of the
star
making.
for sure.
She killed it. I did like you said, Marcus, that expansion of Nani's backstory, more layers
Mm-hmm.
definitely than original. The
Mm-hmm.
director was talking about that, like you made a change, and a lot of people were talking about this feels not very aloha, that she's literally gives Lilo away and goes to college at the end of the
Right.
new movie,
Oh, I
right?
did. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't
that
know about
was.
that. Oh.
I didn't like that either. I didn't like
Uh,
that.
Yeah, so it's like what he said was, all right, so in the original movie, Nani is just two, quote, rose-colored glasses about this whole situation about having to be the guardian now of her sister. She just accepts it and like, oh, this is my life and this is great. And wanted to give it more nuance. Like Nani, if 2025, you have to raise your sister, but you also want to be your own person. So maybe it was more for the older kids.
Is he white?
Most likely.
I want to say I was surprised by how non-brown he looked, but I need to see exactly.
You said this is the director?
Yeah, that's the director of the 2025 Lilo and Stitch on why he made the changes to Nani's story in this new movie. So
I mean, damn. I don't think what he added brought more nuance. It was just a good expansion of her story. Oh, damn, that's a good point though.
No, so his name is Dean Fleischer Camp. He's definitely white. Nah, I think that was one of the parts that really first of all, I was like, this did not happen in the movie. I at least remember that. She never left Lilo. And that's that's what happens when you have white people directing a film about people that they're not from. They don't understand how we as a community, as a people, take care of our family. These are the same type of people that'll be like, no, they'd be better in a home. It's a different mentality when you go into it as a Polynesian person, right? Like you're not finna, and it may be to our detriment. It may be to our detriment. I understand that. I won't say that this is the best route, but this is the route that we mostly take. Like we not finna give up our siblings to the state so we can go to college. Yeah. Whether that's right or wrong, hey, have at it. Have your discussions. Go ahead, write the think pieces. But the bottom line is 9.9 times out of 10, you ask a poly person, hey man, you want to go to college, but you're gonna have to have your little sister living in an orphanage or whatever. They not finna do that. And so this is not, I know they gave it to the neighbor. I know they did all that stuff, but we as a people, we don't do that. So like the way that they played out, it was like trying to push Western culture onto our identity, and it's not us. Yeah. And so that part, it was just, it left a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't like it. I don't care if she got the transport gun. I don't care if she can see her anytime. It don't play out like that in our lives.
Yeah. They're not. There's no mind for the culture that they're talking about. They're trying to write a universal story that they can make billions of dollars on, right?
Yeah.
And I just think, right, in that perspective, right, as far as the story, it's like it brings a new layer to Nani again, but also it makes it reality, right? Because a live action, you know what I'm saying? And this is set in modern times. They weren't playing the music that they were playing in. They were playing like Bruno Mars shit at the wedding. That part, you know what I'm saying? So it's this movie is built for modern times and shit. And I think they just try to make it a little more realistic to the time that they have it in. And plus it's in live action, and Hawaii's fucking expensive to live in, you know what I'm saying? And an 18, 19-year-old girl is not going to be able to afford the rent over here in Hawaii because, you know what I'm saying? A whole lot of things going on. So I think just from a storytelling perspective, you try to be realistic, just doesn't fucking land right because, again, brother, you're not giving up your brother to the state.
And also, I mean, I guess that would change up the whole dynamic of the movie. But if both of your parents pass and it's just a girl and her sister, you moving in with your auntie and uncle, like you're going somewhere with somebody. You're not on your own.
Exactly. You're going together.
I guess that part of the movie couldn't change, and I get it. Like I get why. But realistically speaking, you not alone.
They should have went.
You never alone. You would have went to your auntie's house, your uncle's house. You'd have went somewhere. But I guess they were dealt that hand, so I get it. But I didn't like that ending at all.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. There's a lot of Kanaka talk, bro. Wait, why are you laughing, Lance? Why are you smiling like that?
Oh yeah, no, we didn't like the ending. Yeah.
You like the ending?
No.
he didn't like the ending. No, he hated it.
Oh, actually,
no, he did like the ending.
Well, actually,
actually, the child's in a safe place with a good guardian. Follow your dreams. Nah, I mean, I don't think she was like giving her up or anything. She gets to see her every night. She gets to leave her with Tutu, who doesn't
care about the teleport gun.
Right. And well, I mean, and Tutu's probably a better guardian who's more available. Even in this new live action, she's the one that takes her to the pound. She's the one that kind of looks after her. She babysits her. She rolls over on her freaking quad wheeler and is like, "What's up? Let's fucking roll around." Yeah, but the ending felt like, oh, what the heck? She's leaving, but also like, yeah, if you're a young adult, you probably want to take your sister, but yeah, that's weird.
No, I think they both should have moved. They should have both moved in together with the next door auntie.
Should have been like right when their parents passed away. Should have been like,
you know what I mean.
You guys are
from
kids.
There she'll go to college.
Yeah.
I just think that's such an American way of thinking.
Sure.
Like American way of thinking is so individualized. It's like, yeah, the family needs this, or yeah, this and this and this needs to be done, but I want to go to college. I want to pursue my dreams. And I feel like that's just something that we don't grow up with as Polynesian people. And like I said, it could be to our detriment.
Yeah. Oh, it's like we're coached to not reach for our dreams because it doesn't help the family as much.
It's not that. It's just we, like, the family is more important than any individual task that you want to accomplish. Like, that's how we grow up thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you're still in that. Oh, are you just reiterating that that's how we grew up thinking, or are you saying that that's how you think as well?
I would say I still think like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all think like that, whether y'all would like to admit it or not.
Wait, think like what?
I
the
said,
family is the most important.
Yeah, I think we all think.
And to think
like
it's not a to think it. Well, yeah, but to think is it sounds like you're talking down on individualism, like as a whole. You know
I'm saying we can chase whatever we want to chase, but family will always come first.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying in our lives, because that's how we grow up. That's what we've seen. That's what the examples that have been set in front of us. And then that's how we live our lives. I mean, it may not be to the most sacrificial point like Nani in this situation, because this situation is very, very tragic, very unique. But in general, like, bro, if y'all had an opportunity to go get a raise, or if y'all had a wedding or a funeral or something to go to, where are y'all going?
You say get a raise?
Either get a raise or make it to your, family's either wedding or funeral. Like, you guys are going to the wedding or funeral.
But those are two very different, like, polar, like, options.
What do you mean?
They don't sound like they line up.
What are you talking about? Which options?
Both of them. What the option between getting the raise at the salary and going to your family stuff?
I'm saying like a raise would be your individual, like, that's salary. What you're chasing after, and then the funeral or the wedding or family function.
You have an opportunity to go away to college, but that means leaving your family behind. What do you do? Because those options that you brought up with the cash and all that is way, like, they're very far in coming togetherness. That
Marcus, you leaving your baby sister
college thing
you leaving your baby sister to go to college?
Oh, God.
You're not, Marcus. I don't know your answer.
I don't want to go to college that much.
Wait, what last say?
I don't want to go to college that bad.
What if a motherfucker wants to go to college that much? See, now we're talking individualism and community.
That's what I'm saying. We as a people don't do that, though.
Holy shit.
That's why I know y'all answers without y'all answering. If it really was in front of y'all, where y'all had a little sister who was as close to you as Nani was to Lilo, and that situation occurred, hey, I have this opportunity. You know what we finna do? We staying home and we finna make some shake with the hand that we dealt right here. We may not go to college, but we could either hit an online class or we could turn the beach board, the surfboarding stuff into a business or whatever. We finna make it shake in our own way to make it happen under our own circumstances, because that's just what we do. Like it's such that's an American thing to be like, no, we got to do our own thing and then they'll be okay where they're at. Like we don't do that. It don't even compute like that. Like I understand this sounds terrible, and to people outside the culture, they finna listen to this and be like, that is unhealthy. But to us, it's second nature. Like I don't even, Lance,
what
are you
think about it at this point? Yeah, I love that. Lance, why are you laughing?
Talk to us,
We
Lance.
need a segment that says, "Why is Lance laughing?"
Yeah, why is Lance
That's
laughing?
the new bit. Why is Lance laughing?
Why is Lance laughing?
I'm not answering because I'm thinking about taking the raise a lot more than I feel like I should. I don't know. Like
You're
I can
morally
go and
wrong,
celebrate.
Lance.
No,
Lance I want to take care of my family.
Lance he's thinking about it, but he's not gonna do it.
Right. Yeah. If I could get all the logistics figured out, be zapped over to a wedding, and be right in the midst of all my favorite cousins,
Lance,
aunties, and uncles.
If Forrest is getting married, or you can go and get $1 raise, where you going? You're going
to
Forrest's wedding.
Is that what the raise point is? $1?
$5. We'll do $5.
I thought you were doubling my income or something. This guy's like,
all right, let's be realistic.
It's a training bump.
You're not going to go to a meeting and get paid $98 an hour, Lance. You can't double your wage right now. No, Lance, you're not missing Forrest's wedding for nothing. You're not missing Forrest's wedding for nothing. That's just the bottom line, and that's how we are. And the other people from other communities and other cultures, they'd be like, yeah, well, we'll send them a toaster. And that's just what they'll do. That's what they'll do. But that's not what we'll do. That's all I'm saying. We just different. And this movie shows that whoever wrote this ending is not from where we from. And you could just tell.
Oh, okay.
Nobody's doing that.
You sound like a real 2002 Nani right now.
All the way.
2025 Nani has some different thoughts.
Well, she has
some different problems that she gotta eat.
She was Filipino and Hawaii, so maybe this Nani was. This Nani was
2002 Nani was Native Hawaiian, so maybe there's a difference.
Yeah, so she can take the brunt of that bullshit because she's Polynesian, dude. Yeah, it's in our blood to just take it, dude. Yeah, this is bullshit, but fuck it.
Why take
2002 Nani can handle it. 2025, she's too soft. She has to go to college. She's an individual.
Yeah, I didn't like it. We wouldn't do that. What would the Polytickin Podcast do?
That's an American director. Because you think about it, it's like, or if you're 18 with a 6-year-old sibling and your parents just passed away, now you're in charge. What are you doing?
Realistically, you just not letting me live with my sister.
Right, the government's probably coming to take you away. Oh, speaking of social workers.
Yeah, but it's Hawaii though. Hawaii, if y'all ever live out there, Hawaii is American in terms of there's a lot of money out there and there's a lot of different things that happen compared to Samoa. But everybody who runs, whether it's CPS or runs whatever, is either Hawaiian or lived in Hawaii or born and raised in Hawaii. So that aspect of like giving that leeway,
there.
The way that she gave leeway and was like, you know what, we're going to do this again. We're going to try it over. Even though every instance points to, hey, we should take this kid. That's a very Hawaiian, like that's very small town type of mentality. And that stuff happen. I've seen that happen. Like at my job, I work at Sam's Club, but they would like give you time, like give you more than bereavement time off for passing, just because they understand culture a little more than they do in the States. So like, no, I can see different things playing out in Hawaii under that circumstance.
Yeah. I just really like seeing Tia Carrere in there as the sorry, go on. Yeah, go ahead.
Relic Hunter.
I knew who she was, but I didn't know who she was. But okay. Shout out to Ving Rhames.
Tia Carrere played the original Nani. Jason Scott Lee played the original David. Amy Hill played Mrs. Kagusawa. the lady with the market that's like, I'm waiting for someone to answer my ad. Yeah, she was Tutu. There was some, but Tia Carrere as the social worker instead of Cobra Bubbles being both the social worker and the CIA kind of component of it.
I was thinking of that
was that
too
weird for you guys?
when that came up. What happened?
Was that weird having the social worker be different than Cobra Bubbles? Because watching the original, I expected Cobra Bubbles to show up, and then it's freaking Tia Carrere, and it's
I think it made a little more sense.
Sure.
It made a little more sense in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he comes out of nowhere just dressed in all black in the animated. Like, you already look like you're in the CIA. Now you're a social worker too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it was weird at first, but it was great to see Tia Carrere in that spot. I was like, oh, I like that. The little callbacks. Nice. And what? What are you laughing at?
You know why he likes seeing Tia Carrere.
Yeah, she's fine. She's fine as hell. But also, it was cool to see Jason Scott Lee too over there at the resort. So he fine as hell too. He fine as hell too.
Any performance standouts, good or bad, that you wanted to mention?
Lilo was incredible.
For sure.
I was like, the whole issue with Nani being casted like that, right? Like at first, I'm like, I still don't like it, but maybe that was just the best, whatever. I'm not even going to, but seeing Lilo at that young age, being that good at being an actress, I was like, it ain't no way this girl's just like the outlier. It ain't no way this is the only like native Hawaiian who looks Hawaiian, who had, that has all the acting chops at that age. There's no way this is the only person that is there.
Oh.
And so it made me even more pissed at the Nani casting, because I'm like, if they could find this girl, they could have definitely found somebody else a little older in this that actually looked like a sister, that actually looked related, So, she did great. Zach Galifianakis was a big letdown, because as soon as I seen it was him, I was excited. I was like, oh yeah, it's finna, nothing hit. So I didn't even know who Pleakley was. I don't even know who that is.
I thought he was gonna be Pleakley. Like his persona and goofiness kind of matched more with that than with like the serious Jumba. Yeah. But Jumba's the first person you see in this movie and the first voice here, and it is not like the Eastern European science genius that you thought it was going to be. Direct hit from plasma cannon. Like, it's not. It's Zach Galifianakis. Freaking
freaking Alan.
It's Alan. Hey guys.
Remember when he walked up to Mike Epps?
We're the three best friends.
Yo, yeah, I can't even believe he's an evil genius with that act. Like, just a white dude. Yeah. I think he's evil. I don't know about the genius part. So I just
I didn't know I was talking to him.
Drew? Is that Drew
over here? Who am I talking to?
I just, I didn't like it.
Well, fucking Fred Hampton.
I don't remember anything Pleakley did in this whole movie. He just ran around and was scared.
Yeah, he was prancing around.
No dresses.
Yeah.
No dresses in this movie.
No dresses.
Is that a big deal?
What the yeah. Bring the dresses
perfect time
back.
to do that. Everyone's doing it.
And you're an alien, right? Trying to like wear
you don't know
humans wear.
Yeah, you don't know human Earth culture. Yeah, and you just
it could have been funny.
Yeah. It would have been funnier if they just kept like the original design as the aliens and them dressing up in dresses and shit, just like the original.
Yeah, but
the CGI looked really good.
They would have had to tone Jumba down though, because he looked hella scary. Like when he was in the hole in the ground at the, I was like, ugh, that's not. Like I was like, oh no, get him off the screen. You making me about to throw up my popcorn, bro. I'm like, nah, that's ugly. You ugly, bro.
You an ugly boy.
You an ugly boy.
You ugly boy.
What do you guys think the total budget in millions was for this movie?
I'll guess 150.
I'm gonna guess 100.
It's $100 million budget for this movie,
Oh, for real?
which is
Okay.
way lower than like the other,
Animated.
CGI
Yeah.
animated
Yeah.
live action ones. So I feel like that not having the giant shark intergalactic space captain Kantu in there, I think that was like to limit CGI costs. And then also putting clothes on aliens is like more CGI, right? And then like, because if you got them to wear, I don't know, like a real IRL alien suit and then put clothes on it, it'd look off. So I feel like making the scientists and wear human disguises was just so you get the actors on screen and not have to CGI alien them.
Definitely.
Money. It all comes back to the money.
They just made domestic 278 million today.
Shit says
nice.
450 worldwide so far.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in a good spot.
They're like,
It says that?
Let's see.
I seen that it says it's on pace for 450 total domestic.
Box office 452 million. Let me look up.
Okay.
450 domestic on 100 is pretty good.
So right now it says domestic 234, international 213 to add up to 447.
Oh,
so it's past that now because it's at 278 domestic now as of today.
See,
so it's over 500. It's over half of a billion.
Well, it already made back its money 4x.
Yeah.
So
my thing is, you're Disney, dude. You're
Shell
Disney.
Out. You got the pockets.
Shell out, dude. You got the pockets, dude. Find a better Nani and put more CGI in there, dude. And put Gantu in there. What are you doing, Disney? What are you doing? You're gonna lead the entire globe in 5-10 years. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Shell out.
The director said that Gantu was too simple a bad guy. He's just the bad guy the whole time. Everyone already knows he's bad. He's gonna be bad.
You can expand his backstory like they did Nani's.
Yeah, could have.
A Gantu backstory in Lilo and Stitch to make him more sympathetic and a great villain story-wise. Come on, bro. It writes itself. Write it down.
You could have left Jumba and Pleakley to be the both comedic.
Exactly. The comedic driving force of the entire thing.
Instead of having it be like, oh, this is a serious guy, but then some funny stuff happens. Like, no, you could have had both of them be supporting comedic actors, and I think Zach Galifianakis would have shined in that way.
Yeah, you used the fuck out of him really wrong, Disney.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
but
I guess if it was a Disney show, he can't do what he does. I guess,
right?
Because he be doing a lot. Shout out to Mike Epps. But I think
I still gotta remember that part. Watch it. What?
I think the most egregious of things in this film. I think we got to get to it. We've been beating around the bush, but let's get to the bush. All right. The fact that they cast
relax, dude. Chill out.
Dude, I know Mr. Bush Ice ain't talking.
This is a children's show. This is a children's movie.
I think the most egregious thing in this was the casting of Nani. Am I off in saying that? Is there something crazier than this?
No, you're not off on that.
Okay.
There's been hella people talking about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's people outright boycotting it. You know what I mean? Because of that. So yeah, no. So, fine. What do you want to talk about, dude? We know she's Nani not Kanaka, dude.
Yeah, Nani was casted. Sydney something. Agadong. And she is not of Hawaiian descent. She is Filipino and white. She was born and raised in Hawaii, or maybe born in Hawaii. And for Disney to go and cast her, the whole movie, like me knowing that going into the movie, when she was there, she was cool. She, the relationship between her and Lilo was cool. But when it came to the stuff that either was related to the culture or her singing in the native tongue, I was just it pissed me off. It took me out of the movie. I couldn't enjoy the movie because I'm sitting there pissed. So I didn't like that at all. I think they should have done something else. They should have went with somebody else. If it was about quality of acting, who cares? Bring somebody in that maybe not maybe not as established, or maybe don't got the acting chops. Whatever.
If quality of acting was the problem, that's my biggest gripe. Was hers was not of quality. They could have gotten a real person from Hawaii, you know what I'm saying, like they did with Lilo, and it would have been turned up way more because Lilo actress, you know, she, you know, looks and acts exactly how you know that where she grew up at. You know what I'm saying? Nani was stilted. It was flat. You know what I'm saying? She just sounded just not comfortable. She didn't look comfortable on screen. You know what I'm saying? And all the parts where Nani shined in the animated parts, she like made it dull and boring. You know what I'm saying? Like just the way I don't know. Her, like, if we're talking performances, which I wanted to hold off on, but yeah, performance wise, yeah, no, Nani was terrible. I felt Nani was terrible. That was the most distracting. I didn't even want to think about the socio-political stuff still, because I already knew. You know what I'm saying? Like that's been going on for weeks before this movie's release. So I already knew like the talk, and we was gonna have that. But like I just try to separate that. It's like, all right, I know this isn't like, I guess, good casting by our standards here at the Polytickin Network. You know what I'm saying? But then the performance was trash, and that's the biggest stinker for me. The entire movie.
Damn,
her performance was so distracting. Yeah, it was that bad for me.
I didn't think.
What you saying damn for? You talking?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't go there. I didn't go there. I went there. Trash.
Yeah, I went there. It was bad.
I didn't think she was bad, but I don't watch the movies in the same way that y'all do, because y'all do this. But
I didn't believe they were sisters.
They didn't look like it. They didn't look like it.
I mean, we do have siblings that don't look like it, but that feel that like I've known you since you were freaking born. I know everything about you, stuff like that.
There was no chemistry between them, bro.
Yeah.
Which, how do you not have chemistry with a child? Do you hate children? No. I don't want to speculate like that.
I didn't think she was that bad.
This guy was like, F these 6-year-olds. What do you hate children?
Yeah, are you fucking weirdo? What are you doing? No. Yeah, no. I thought, it took me out that bad, bro. It took me out that bad because it took away from everything else that could shine. Lilo, she still did, despite that. Every scene they were in together, she shined, and Nani cried. I don't know.
Lance, do you agree? You didn't like Nani's performance either?
I thought it was a little distracting. It took me out of the movie sometimes, and like I just wanted to believe that they were sisters, and you know, I did not. And I mean, aside from looking different, it just felt, I don't know. And I don't know if that's also part of the writing, part of the directing decisions on how she's displayed. But it's like you have a light skin, like a colorism. We were talking about colorism and stuff, and a non-native Hawaiian, maybe local but not native, playing a native Hawaiian character. Kind of like the voice cast, you know, actors you guys were talking about. It's like, do you have to be a certain thing to play them? I mean, we're saying yes, but also sometimes we're saying no. So it's like, I think she did her best. She did good enough, but not to what the expectations were, not to, and also to not be a distraction at some points of the movie where it's like, it took me out of the movie. And that's all I want to do is sit in a dark ass room with a big, huge screen and leave my world for 2 hours. Like, and to keep coming back and being like, oh yeah, she might not know. It just, you know, kind of took the movie watching experience down a little bit.
Feel you.
But man, that was just the first watch with a bunch of preconceived expectations going into it from the original. So I do kind of want to watch this movie again just to, like, I don't know, find more good or realize good parts. But anything else?
I feel like I had one more thing.
Like, no sarcasm, unironically. Like, shout out to her. Shout out to them.
Shout out to her. Marcus must have pushed you off the stage.
Just like Lilo did. That's another thing. They made her unlikable in the beginning, bro. I hated that.
Oh yeah, you texted that. What was that about? I was like, I don't even know. What scene is he at right now?
Bro, when she pushed her off the stage they made her look like a whiny baby. But I understood why, because she
Oh.
missed Nani. I get it. In the animated, it wasn't like that at all. Like you felt for Lilo.
Amethyst.
Yeah, like the animated made you feel for Lilo and wanting her to strike at them bullies and shit. I started feeling kind of bad for the bullies, with the live action and shit. It was weird.
No,
What did the bully say?
I
The
get
bully
it,
was
though. I
like,
get-
they were
don't even
making
look,
fun
your
of her.
sister's not coming.
course
They
they
were
were
making fun of her.
Yeah, no, I know why she did it. It's just the way it was like framed. It made her look unlikable at the beginning. Made her
So
look
you
like a
did-
brat.
Oh.
And what they
Like
didn't do that in
everyone
the
sees
anime.
her as a brat.
Yes,
I think that's
but
accurate.
I understood her.
No, I know
What
you
happened?
understand, but I'm saying, what's the difference between the movie and the animated?
The
Like, she
animated
was-
one, I think there was no added layer of like wanting to see Nani in the crowd,
Mhm.
right? Because
Yeah.
it was at practice. They were at practice in the animated. It wasn't a live show. There wasn't a big crowd around, so the setting was more intimate, and so you seen the relationship better between the bullies and Lilo and shit. Whereas in the introduction to the movie, it was a big crowd. They added that layer of Nani being there to make Lilo sad. So then, and then, I mean, I get it now. You know what I mean? They're making fun of her. It was
Yeah,
just different.
They made fun of her. They pushed her on the ground.
They pushed
like,
her.
I don't,
Mhm.
I feel like I don't like I said, I don't remember the movie like that, but I remember that scene a little bit.
Yeah.
I felt like the live action probably gave her more of a reason to do more, and
Lots
she
more
did
reasons.
less.
Yeah, definitely.
Were you also
Okay.
talking about the scene where she was in the house? She didn't let Nani in. Was that
A
also
bit,
part of the
yeah.
unlikable?
Yeah, because
She
it
did
followed right after.
Yeah,
That's why I was like, oh, she looks even brattier doing that to Nani, who she didn't understand, couldn't get her fucking car to start. I
Yeah.
started thinking like that. And Lilo's a child.
Isn't
Of
that
course
what
she's
she
not gonna
did
know.
in the cartoon though? Or am I tripping?
No. Mm-mm.
That's what she did in the
In the
cartoon.
movie, no. Oh, she did?
Yeah, she went
like,
home and was listening to Elvis records while laying down on the
Because-
floor with the door
and then Nani
nailed
was trying to
shut.
open it.
Oh,
when
shit. Yeah,
Bubbles was
okay.
there. Like
Mhm.
when you said that, I was like, I feel
You know
like they
what? Yeah,
captured
okay,
her
that's fair.
spirit exactly how it was in the animated. Like, I'm
Mm.
going off of memory, but I was like, she was a little unlikable. Like, she was a little annoying
Just
in
a
the
bit.
animated. Like, I
Oh,
felt
in
like
the
it was the
animated.
same. Yeah, like
I feel like she was annoying to everyone, but like as a viewer, I felt sympathetic for her like from the beginning. She's in
Yeah.
here swimming through the ocean feeding the fish. But like what you're saying, Marcus, is like she looks whiny when it like backs up and you can see the crowd and the stage where she pushes her off. But maybe that's kind of like everyone sees her as a whiny, mercurial, just pops
nobody
off.
understands her.
But they
Maybe.
don't
Yeah.
understand all the stuff that led up backstage to this push, right? They
Yes.
just see like,
Mhm.
oh, this little brown girl is annoyed that the tall girl is in front of her and she's jealous or something. Like, and we talked about this in
Okay.
the starter kit about her and Stitch being outcasts and freaking
Mhm.
no one even bothering to like check in on them. They had to find
Right.
themselves. But like maybe that was good.
I have the advantage. We have the advantage of being the viewer, so we see both perspectives, right? They're characters in the movie, and those characters only see Lilo as this annoying kid. And I guess when you say it that way, they framed it exactly how they wanted. They wanted me in the audience to recognize that's how the audience sees Lilo. You know what I'm saying? So maybe in that way they did a good job, but it just took me out a bit. I was like, damn, they made her unlikable. But then as this movie went on, I was like, okay, no, she's great. She's
on
fucking
her way to the performance. She's late, right? But she still has time to like free a coop of chickens from a farmer.
Hey,
she
hey.
lets them all out. Lilo, no, he's like, they deserve to be free.
Hey, y'all gotta tell me, was the part where she was feeding the fish that can control the weather, was that in the original? Where
Yeah, that's
well, I know
opening credits.
that part was there, but I'm talking about the part where they said her parents died because of the weather, and so she does this. Was that in the original?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, it doesn't say that's because she does this. In the original, when Stitch is about to leave and he has that picture of her family, she tells him how they died. It's like it was a rainy day,
okay.
and they went for
That's
a
right.
drive.
Oh,
and
but
she's like,
they
I don't have
never
my family anymore.
They never connected that dot.
Right. That's like a little internet thread where it's like the whole reason she is making sacrifices to the weather controlling fish is because she doesn't want what happened to her parents to happen again to anybody else.
Okay, because
Right.
I don't remember.
But that's
that.
not stated. Yeah,
I don't remember that in the original. So when that part happened, I was like, "Whoa!" Like it kind of like
gotcha.
hit me like, "Damn!" You know, she does all that just in remembrance of her parents. Like that hit me hard. I
Yeah.
cried in the movies because of that, and I was just like, I don't remember this in the original. Like I was like, maybe I need to watch the original because I don't remember this. But if it was in the original, I can't believe I missed it. But I'm glad it wasn't there because
I would suggest if you have time this week to watch the original and just feel how much happier you are during and after.
But I
and
mean, you could do that with the Lion. Like it's always gonna be more
And we
difficult
should.
with the different types of like I feel like a good reason, or I mean, a big reason why I didn't mind this movie so much is because I didn't have that comparison constantly in my head.
Right. That's
Like
what a lot of people said. It's like if you remember the old one, then you might not like this one as much. But if you go in like not even knowing about Lilo and Stitch, like if this is your first Lilo and Stitch movie, you might be like, "Oh, that was dope. That's dope. It makes sense." 2025, the sister went and did her thing. She left her with a guardian.
Lance,
No, but not even as a comparison. Not even as a comparison between the movies, but just as hearing that you haven't watched it in a while.
Yeah.
The color, the vibrancy, the plot, the characters, darker skin tones.
Yeah,
it was great.
I'm sure it's a lot easier for the animated because you could just draw whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like
big ass shark captain.
I get it. I don't doubt that the original is better. I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Any other?
felt, dude.
Yeah. Any other last takes?
Go watch it.
Yeah, but
Go
check it
watch
out.
it.
Let us know what y'all think. We want to hear
For
from
real.
y'all.
Take your kids with you too. They're gonna enjoy themselves.
Hey, I didn't hear Ian Thongi singing. Am I tripping?
He was on Hawaiian roller
I think it's
coaster
for
ride.
this-
His
yeah,
his
Hawaiian
voice is a
roller
little different from American Idol
Okay.
and Monsters,
Okay.
but it's still kind of soothing. It's like soothing but upbeat, but cool.
Shout out to Ian Thongi, man.
But he's the one singing
dog.
Hawaiian roller coaster ride. There's no
dog.
place I'd rather be than on the surfboard down the sea.
Okay, Lance, we need to get Lance on the next soundtrack.
For real, bro.
Stitch has a glitch. Is that
Yay.
Lilo Stitch 2?
All right, we watched that one too recently.
All right, y'all. I don't have anything else to add. If y'all have anything else to add before we go?
Nah, I'm good.
We dropped a Starter Kid episode. Watch that.
Yeah, watch that. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, all of that, bro. 126. Go far. Patreon.
Weekly.
Weekly
Patreon
with Jumba and Pleakley.
It writes itself.
Let's go.
Disney, hire us. Go far.
Yeah,
Yourself.